What's up, guys? So Raven here. So I am a football fan. I am a Madden fan, but this year I think EA crossed the line, and Madden 21 become the worst reviewed game with the worst score on Metacritic. I know. This glorious title was for Warcraft, but let me tell you, it actually now surpassed Warcraft. It's crazy to me how you can, mess up so much and so hard. Of course, we knew for like a few years that EA was super lazy with the Madden franchise, and they've done literally nothing. They're just really did roster updates for a few years, right? Kind of like, you got a FIFA on Nintendo Switch, it's just like a bit of a roster update, right? That's it. No, a few improvements, quote unquote, you can say, but this year they really went, they cranked up the laziness to 12, to 11 even, to 20, and it actually shows. And now we've got this hashtag, right? Hashtag drop EA. So NFL, well, maybe they will drop, who knows, but let's take a look at the whole article. Let's take a look at the current score as of right now at this time of the Madden 21, because let me tell you, again, as a huge Madden fan, right, I'm happy that finally the community woke up. I'm super happy that finally community woke up and said, you know what, screw you guys, because you have to pay $60 for a game. It's like in my country, it's even more because, it's not that popular. So I pay like 70, and, we're giving us a lazy, unfinished product that is the same as last year, but just the roster is updated, and, well, you can play Ultimate Team and give us money. Is it just like that? But let's take a look at this article. Of course, we're going to be looking at the Bounding Fruit comments, but first things first, let's take a look. So as of right now, it's September 2nd, 9 a.m., when I'm recording it. User score is 0-3. There's no lower user score than that. It's crazy to me, and if this is not a wake-up call for NFL, right? Because again, like, if you don't know why EA has this deal and why EA only does that, so just to put it down in perspective, EA has the deal with NFL that they are the only company that can make a simulation type of NFL game. Like, you can have, arcade style, and there is being developed, I believe, by 2K, or by the same company that done Blitz, which was kind of, which is cool. We need those arcade style of NFL games, but in terms of simulation, only EA could have done that, and I think they re-signed the contract for like 2 more years, I believe, but there is a clause that they can, drop them if the sales are not right, and there we go, the lowest rated game. I mean, if that is not a wake-up call, I don't know what is. So 0.3 right now, surpassing the disaster that was actually Warcraft being remastered. But let's take a look, right? Because there are some really nice, I like those Twitter comments, and they are spicy, and people are pissed off, and rightly so. So Madden 21 ripped by players and gets a record low Metacritic score. So I believe at the time of this article it was still 0.4. Yeah, it was still 0.4 by the time of this article going live. Of course, now we know it's 0.3. So Madden has a rough go since its launch Friday. It's got a rough, since, like Madden 18, I would say. But we were like, we're gonna give them a chance. Then came 19. We're gonna give them a chance. 20. Oh, we're gonna give them one last chance, and they've messed it up. So fans seem to be pointing at the fact that not only is the game seemingly copy-paste from the last entry, it has plugged with glitches since launch. Exactly. Because of this, its Metacritic score is speaking volumes to how upset fans are at the quality of the current iteration of the game. Suddenly we got a tweet from Justin. Hey, Angry Joe, I was wondering if you heard about Madden 21, because again, we know Angry Joe, every single year he makes a rant about it. Again, like, create a player, the same faces, right, the same 8 faces to create a player. If you are, white or Caucasian, right? If you are, a black person, you've got like, 50, but they are kind of copy paste, and they are the same, but like little wrinkle here, and that's, different. Really, really lazy stuff, But let's move on. Of course, the worst user reviewed score on Metacritic, and that was 04. That was kind of the same as Warcraft. Then, of course, we got 03. We saw that. Let's move on. Like, again, I am passionate about it. That's why I'm kind of like mad at it, right? I know I should not, but I love Madden games. I love football, and it's just. It annoys me that a company like that has, like in his claws and his grips, such a great franchise. So, first the scores. The PS4 version of Madden posted an abysmal 03 score, right? We've seen that. Xbox One 06 and PC 08. Still, not scores to be happy about. But let's take a look at those tweets, right? So, though many Access media critics have been giving the game a decent score of 80. I mean, whoever gave this game an 80. I mean, I know you want to give the game a good rating because you don't want to be... you don't want to be excluded, right, by that company. And, it's okay. But it's just being so dishonest that you should really look yourself in the mirror and be like, I am a bad person. Because, really, given an 80, it's just crazy. And just not seeing that, right? So we got, Screen Rant given an 80. Attack of the Fanboy. Come on, guys, you can do better than that. Don't be shills. User reviews has been scratching to say the least, with only 19 positive reviews of over 1,700 negative reviews. Why so much anger, you might ask? As mentioned, the game has been plagued by glitches, and we got a first tweet by WTF. Bruh. And I think this speaks for itself. NFL drop EA. This is like unacceptable. If you're doing the game every single year, right, and it's copy and paste, glitches like that are unacceptable at all. Like, imagine, you remember what happened to Assassin's Creed Unity, where there was like few glitches, and because it's not as glitchy as it was, but again, there were like few glitches at launch, and people just ripped it apart. Here, like, this is, even worse. Add to the fact there has been no changes to its core game modes. It's a wonder how EA Sports managed to misstep this hard on something so cookie cutter. Of course they've done that because they have, Ultimate Team. Like, that's the moneymaker, right? So they don't care about any other aspect. It's like, hey, you know what? Play Ultimate Team. That's the only mode you need because it gives us money. There were also some rather notable Twitter accounts that claimed it about, in addition to the thousands of ticked off Madden players. One such was YouTuber Yongya, again a great YouTuber, who said EA's Madden is surpassed Warcraft. Of course, we got a whole tweet, so I'm just going to read the tweet by Yongya. So it surpassed Warcraft 3 Reforged to become the worst user-rated game. Of course, as of his video was up, right? It was 04, now we got 03. Tied the division. Again, it's even lower. Madden is basically a Madden 20 patch sold at full price. Expect main technical issues aren't fixed, and people are sick of it. That's true. It's just, a patch sold for $60, and that is a problem. And they, and they're like, well, listen, with the new generation, it's 70. Even PC Gamer took a note saying, tweet Metacritic user give Madden NFL a record low score, one calling it Anthem in cleats. Wow. They go even further. Logan, when EA sees that Madden 21 has the lowest Metacritic user score ever, yeah, that's great GIF here, or GIF, however you want to call it. Here we got another, right? Needless to say, fans are generally not happy with this year's edition of Madden 21, has claimed of the lowest Metacritic user score. Again, 03, right? A few minutes ago. Copy and paste, right? Shake my head. NFL drop EA. Definitely. 100%. Look at those tweets. NFL drop EA. Even the same circle. Wow. Still can't seem to tackle. By the way, that was the last play to win. Wow, if that's a last play to win, to tackle someone and you are in the same circle, so come on. It just has to happen. EA's weak for details, we've got a video here, a trash game again, F this. So like you can clearly see where this is going. And honestly, this is the wake-up call for NFL. Like, this is a wake-up call for NFL, because there are two ways that this can happen. They'll be like, you know what, listen, yeah, you screwed up like big times. You don't have the rights to only do the simulation game. We're gonna just give them to one more studio, because when there's no competition, because they don't have the competition, right? And when there's no competition on the market, you get lazy, because EA knows it's like, well, you want to play NFL simulation game? That's only our game, baby. You want to play something else? Not happening, right? Like, that is the biggest problem. So just they have to give the rights to NFL, to different company, right, a different studio, make a nice simulation game as well, so they will go like head to head. Like, they need to do that, right? Like, you've got, FIFA and Pro Evolution Soccer, right? Like, two different things, and they can coexist, and, they can push kind of each other. I mean, like, FIFA is what it is to some degree, but, they kind of pushed each other a bit, and it was great. And you have diehard PS fan, right, diehard FIFA fans, and it works, right? If you don't like to play FIFA, you have the Evolution Soccer. But if you don't like the Madden, you don't have anything else. So they can do whatever they want. Kind of like, WWE games, right, with 2K. They could have done whatever they wanted because they were like the only company that was doing, like the proper WWE game. And we know what a disaster they were on Nintendo Switch. Now the latest release, right, last year's, it was just a disaster. So when there's no other company doing the same thing, you just do whatever, right? People will buy it, right? People will eat it. We're gonna make a ton of money. I'm pissed, but I hope NFL will actually. On one hand, I want them to drop EA, but I think what is more important is to give the rights to a different company, give them a year, so they can build the engine, they can build stuff, and just go head to head with EA. Or if they're gonna drop EA, give the rights to two companies, two different ones that can go head to head, right? Two different, games, simulation ones that can compete, and this will make a market healthy, because we don't want this to repeat. Because if let's say they drop EA and they give it to 2K, I can guarantee you in 3 years, 4 years, they're gonna, they're gonna get lazy. They're gonna be like, you know what, we don't care anymore. But if there is gonna be, another company that's doing it, they're like, well, we got to work, because there's like this other company that's doing, also the simulation game. There might be, competition. So that's what I think is gonna be like the best solution. And just not purchasing this one, just really not purchasing the Madden 21, just boycotting it and just saying, enough is enough, because that is the time, enough is enough, and that is the time to actually take a stand, and we want a really good NFL game, really. And actually, the fact that really, yeah, in terms of like international markets of Madden, they are not even putting out on certain markets, like for example in Poland, I can find like the older versions if someone gave them to the local game store used. But if I again for Madden 21, if I wanted it, I have to order it from UK, so it's half across the Europe, or I mean, okay, kind of from Germany, but again it's, but for whatever reason it's a bit cheaper from UK. So again, just maybe the other company is going to put that out on different markets, right? I mean, of course you can say, oh yeah, you can buy digital. I don't like digital games. I like physical. I'm an old guy. But what do you guys think about it? Is it good that it finally hit the all-time low, or you're like, I still like the game? Leave a comment in the comment section down there below. I really want to hear your opinion on that, because that's a topic that's really close to my heart, as you can tell, by my reaction. And yeah, so let me know. I want to know, guys. In the meantime, if you like what I'm doing over here, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. You know, it does really help. You know, we're getting slowly to, you know, the goal, right? Yeah, the whole goal is to maybe have this 1,000 one day. So who knows? Thank you guys so much for watching. Goodbye. Good night. Have a fantastic rest of the day. Bye.